Hey y'all, it's me again, Jasmine. I think I am live. Let me make sure. This is the first time where I did an impromptu live and it wasn't scheduled. So hopefully it actually records, but I wanted to try something different. My coach put me to a challenge. My business coach, um, several of us, but she asked us to post, go live, whatever your thing is, every single day in November. So that's including Thanksgiving and serve our people. So my idea was to come to y'all live every day on LinkedIn is my main platform, y'all know, but I'll also be going live on Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you are, Facebook, YouTube, please, I still, my thing is LinkedIn, like I said, would like for you to join me on LinkedIn. But every day in November, I'll be going live. The recordings will stay on LinkedIn. In terms of Facebook and YouTube, they will most likely be deleted. So that's why I always recommend for people to come on LinkedIn because I don't always keep everything on those other platforms, but I'll essentially be covering 30 aspiring CRA problems over the next 30 days. So that's every day in November, and hence the reason 30 over 30. I also wanted to try something different in terms of this flip chart. My coach also uses a flip chart, and I like it. I think it's cool. So I think it's easier for me to do this than to come up with slides and all that stuff. And then you can't see me and then we can't engage and interact. So I'm also going to be using this to give you guys notes as we cover the 30 problems over the next 30 days. And essentially, the top 30 aspiring CRA problems that I've seen or that I've come across from my clients, and then also from people that come to me asking for help and they don't necessarily, haven't made that move to work with me yet. I'm going to be covering the top 30 problems that I see that y'all have, that I had when I was looking for my first CRA job. And so we're just going to take 30 problems and do like these little mini lessons or these mini trainings. And I'm going to give you the answer to those problems. Now, it's many trainings, so I won't be able to go deep, deep, deep and give you, all the ins and outs of the solution, but at least you'll be able to see what the true, what you think your problem is versus what the true problem is, and then have a solution for that problem. And then it's up to you in terms of execution, right? So here we go. Day 1, November 1. Happy Tuesday. Happy November to everybody. Hope you guys, for everybody that went trick or treating last night, I did not. We did not. My daughter did not feel well. And also, I just don't, the candy, it's not really good for your body and your mind. And I'm trying to, shift the way I eat. So I didn't participate. Plus, it started raining. So I was like, okay, well, maybe that was, you know, a sign, so to speak. I always say everything is a sign. But I digress. Back to the 30 over 30. So today, the first topic that where we're going to be covering is what all of y'all think you need in order to land that first CRA job. And I see somebody, it says, it doesn't have your name, whoever said happy Tuesday, but happy Tuesday to you too. And feel free to add questions or comments or feedback or whatever in the comments. This is a training mini session, but it's also interactive. So feel free to engage. But the first problem that we're going to cover is that everybody always thinks that they need more. No matter who I talk to, no matter um, what country they're in, even myself included, when I was first trying to land my very first CRA job, I thought I needed more too, right? You think you need more degrees. You're like, well, maybe I should go and get another certification. Maybe I should go, maybe my degree isn't good enough. Maybe I need a higher degree. Maybe I need an advanced degree. Maybe I need more experience. And for the people that already have experience as a study coordinator, a clinical trial assistant, a regulatory coordinator, data entry coordinator, regulatory specialist, drug safety specialist, in-house CRA, for people that already have some level of experience, at least 6 months to a year. But for people that have, that 2, 3, 4, 5 year level of experience, even they say the same thing. Well, maybe I need more experience, because they go on these interviews, right? And then they hear from the recruiter, well, you don't have any monitoring experience. So they're like, well, how am I going to get monitoring experience if you don't give me the job, right? So we go into this cycle of saying, well, maybe I need more. Maybe I need more training. And then people start looking for training programs on how to actually learn the technical skills of the job. Or maybe I need more friends in high places, right? This is another big one. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So I'm never going to get a chance because I don't know anybody. And so all of us tend to spin out of control because we're just like, I need more. I don't have enough. What am I going to do? Right. And none of that is accurate. If you already have tons of experience, if you already have a bachelor's degree, you don't need more. You don't. And even I'm here to tell you, even if you don't have any experience, even if you don't have a degree, yes, ideally you want to be working on those things. But even for those clients that come to me in those situations, I say you still want to work on them in tandem. Um, Hi, Timothy. I say you still want to work on them in tandem just because you're going to get that degree, you're going to get that experience, and then you're still going to have issues landing your CRA job. And that's when people start getting frustrated. They start getting hopeless. They start feeling like it's never going to happen. They start giving up on their dream. All the things, feeling depressed, wondering, second guessing their decisions, wondering if they even made the right choice. That's when all of those things start to happen. And that's when all those things start to kick in, right? And the issue, that's why I always say it's not that you need more. That's not the real issue. And I want to repeat this again because there will always be somebody that says, oh my God, Jasmyn said that you don't have to have a degree, or Jasmyn said that you don't need to have experience. That's not what I'm saying. I want to make that very clear. What I'm saying is that is not your ultimate problem. That will help you solve your problem, getting a degree, getting some experience, right? But that still doesn't mean, okay, now you got the degree, now you got some experience, you're going to automatically land a CRA job. That's not the case. And that is where people struggle. And that's when people start to give up. And I see Timothy said, I thought I had to get a lot of degrees and certifications for this. Absolutely not, Timothy. Absolutely not. And that's why this is the first problem that I'm covering, because a lot of people are in your same boat and that's what they feel. So, okay, well, if I don't need more of those things, Jasmyn, then what do I need? Well, you already have everything you need ultimately, which is you. You need yourself, and you need to be prepared to market, brand, sell yourself ultimately. And that brings me to the things that you actually do need, which is you need to take what you have already and learn how to brand yourself, learn how to market yourself, and ultimately learn how to sell yourself. And that is for the people that have experience, that have a degree, and that also applies to the people that don't have experience and that do not have a degree. So if you can do these things, you can still break into that first role as a CTA, as a study coordinator. You can break into those roles without the experience. Some of the companies, they're not going to budge on the degree. Like, they have a hard stop when it comes to that bachelor's level degree. Some of them will supplement the degree for the experience. So if you've been a coordinator for like 10, 15 years, but you don't have a bachelor's degree, they might be willing to work with you. But nevertheless, at the end of the day, regardless of what that technical situation is, and when I say technical, meaning whatever your degree is, whatever, or lack of degree, or whatever your experience level is, or no experience, whatever that technical situation is for you, it's all still going to boil down to these three things, which is you have to learn how to brand yourself, market yourself, and sell yourself. And if you can do those three things, then you don't have to worry about breaking into the industry in general for your very first clinical research job ever, or landing your CRA job, or if you're already a CRA, getting promoted and fast tracking your career to the next level, whether you want to become a senior CRA or you want to move into project management or become a clinical trial manager, whatever the case is, you have to be able to brand, market, and sell yourself. And I see Wilsha, I see you say I have a bachelor's in health science and landed my first job in clinical research, but now I'm ready to land my first CRA role. Congratulations, and that's awesome. And you can certainly do it. So definitely put yourself out there. I always say that too, because the worst thing that they can say is no. So now what do I mean when I say you need to learn how to brand yourself, market yourself, and sell yourself? So I don't want to go too deep into that today because we can talk about that forever. And like I said, I'm going to do these mini trainings. So over the next 3 days, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then we're going to dive a little bit deeper into what exactly do I mean when I say brand yourself, market yourself, sell yourself. And just to kind of give you a couple of clues. So branding yourself is basically your values, your philosophies, your missions. How do you want people to see you, view you, say about you when you're not in the room, for example? And whether we all know it or not, we all have a brand. People automatically are going to view you or see you a certain way. People are saying things about you, right? So it's about not just winging your brand, so to speak, and doing nothing about it to kind of carve it and nurture it into what truly represents you. But taking an active approach and taking control of your brand. Otherwise, it's just going to be whatever people can find and put together and piece together on their own about you. When I say market yourself, so the same thing as we see that businesses market themselves. In my program, I coach everybody and teach everybody that you are your own business. You are the CEO of that business and you have to conduct yourself as such. So that's where the brand and marketing and selling comes in. And just like businesses, they put themselves out there. It doesn't matter how great a product is or how great a service is. If nobody knows it exists, then nobody's going to be aware that they even need to purchase it. And that applies to you. If nobody knows that you're out here searching for a job or that you're on the market for a job or that you want to be a CRA or that you want to get into the clinical research space, then they don't even know to look for you or they don't even know to approach you or they don't even know where to find you. Because some people, if you're on this live today, then obviously you are somewhere online, right? But a lot of people don't even have an online presence. And they're what I call the invisible job seeker. And that's like the worst thing to be. So you have to be able to market yourself online and offline. So today in today's society, we tend to forget about in-person things. And I know COVID kind of messed that up even more because we used to have virtual events and things like that, but now not as much, right? However, there are some things that are coming back and some things that are going on. And you never know, you might run into somebody at a family event. You might run into somebody when you're out getting coffee or at the store, what have you. So you always have to keep in mind that online marketing presence and then that offline marketing presence. And then when it comes to selling yourself, you get the interview. A lot of people can get the interview, but then they don't know how to show their value proposition. They don't know how to relay or translate or, inform the employer, the company on their skills and why they should hire them. So they look great on paper, but then they come in and they freeze up or they talk themselves out of a job. Because I always say, once you get the interview, the job is yours to lose at the end of the day. Nobody is bringing in candidates for fun and interviewing for fun. Trust me on that. So if you've made it there, there's a reason you made it there. And the rest is up to you in terms of, can you sell yourself? Can you show these people, this company, this business, how you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you have the expertise, or you have the intelligence to overcome any obstacles where there might be some gaps that you need to fill so that you can successfully take on this role, take on this job, and be what they need. I see Eric said, how would you go about selling yourself with a recruiter about your lack of experience? I have a bachelor's degree, but I'm new to the clinical research field and focus more on bedside positions in school. I understand this is a bit too in-depth of a question to answer on this quick training. Yes, Eric, that is. But next Monday, I'm doing, and then on going forward, I'm doing every Monday. I have Aspiring CRA Q&A with Jasmyn. I'll add that question to the list. But just to kind of give you a hint and not to go too in depth, just to give you a hint, it boils down to transferable skills. So if you said that you have a bachelor's, I'm not sure what your bachelor's degree is in. That would be very helpful to know. But you said you focus more on bedside positions in school, so it sounds like maybe in the nursing or healthcare field. And if that's the case, then you're the perfect candidate to step into the CRA space. So I would be curious to hear what your bachelor's degree was in and then what type of experience you have, because there's always a way to spin it to highlight and show your transferable skills. And most positions, I haven't met or found a position yet, I would say, that I was not able to identify and highlight transferable skills that allowed the person to do all these things, brand marketing, and sell themselves successfully. I'll say it that way. So it's all in position. It's all how you put yourself. It's all how you tell your story. And sometimes it's hard to see your story from the inside looking out. It's a lot easier. Madeline Mann has this analogy with the bottle and how it's easier to see from the outside than the inside of the bottle. And biology and medical, and yes, Eric, you have the a really great degree, biology. And not to say for those of you who are like, oh my God, I don't have a science degree. It's okay. There's a lot of CRAs, there's a lot of CTMs, project managers. There's a lot of people in the industry who don't have a science degree. So that's okay too. But for Eric, biology is great. And I'm not sure what your experience is in when you said you focused on bedside. So I would like to hear more about that too. But just you saying biology and medical anthropology, I know that you have a lot of experience in your current roles, positions, education, training that you could highlight to show, yes, I don't have experience in this area. However, I do have experience doing something else, which is similar because, and then position it that way. And then I see another question. I'm currently wrapping up my PharmD degree in May, but I'm finishing it hard. I think you meant finding it hard to land my first CRA role. What do you advise me to do or how to sell myself without experience? And this is the perfect example, right? Because you're about to have a PharmD and people think, oh, if I have a doctorate level degree, an advanced degree, then I'm for sure in, right? And that's why I put it on that the first page of the degree was one of the things that you don't need more of, because I have so many people who come to me who have gotten all these advanced degrees, masters and PhDs, and they're still struggling. And that's because they don't have this piece. They don't know how to brand themselves. They don't know how to market themselves. They don't know how to sell themselves. And that is a really great question. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. Is it Ganyat? But I will add that one to the Monday list as well, so I can cover that one in depth. And but to answer your question shortly, what advice would I give you on how to sell yourself without experience? Same thing. You got to be able to brand yourself, market yourself, and then you got to be able to tell your story, highlighting your transferable skills. You can't leave it up to the company, the recruiter, the hiring manager to see it for themselves. You have to come in, and I find this is one of the biggest challenges that my clients have, is that they think that going into the interview that it's about them, and it's not. It's about the company. The company is looking for someone to fill their role. The company is looking for someone to essentially take care of their baby. I always use that analogy. And if you had a kid and you were looking for a nanny, a babysitter, whatever, you want to know, can this person take care of your baby? And that's essentially what companies are doing. They want to know, can you take care of my baby? Can you successfully nurture, feed, take care of my baby? That's what it boils down to. And so it's up to you to show them how you can do that. And you have to make it all about them. And you have to show them how whatever you've done in your past, whether that's simply an education, whether you can back it up with some other type of work on the job experience, whether it's in the food industry, whether it's in the banking industry, the financing industry, the I don't know, marketing industry, childcare industry, whatever industry that is, you can always pull out skills and show how they're transferable. Now, the biggest challenges that most people have is that they don't know what skills they're looking for, right? So how do I know what skills to highlight and to bring out and to show that they're transferable? And that's where it gets a little bit more complicated. But if you go to the job descriptions will always be your cheat sheet, will always tell you everything that you need to know. And that can tell you what types of skills, experience that they're looking for. And that's how you can determine, okay, I don't have experience in this exact thing, but I do have experience in that, which translates. And that can be a bit of a challenge too for people who are completely new to the industry, because you have no clue what TMF means, right? You have no clue what queries mean, right? So that's where having someone to help you do these things comes in at, and that's why I'm here. That's why I exist. So, Eric, I see you said it was medical assisting and EMS. Thanks for your insight, Jasmyn. Yes, Eric, you are the perfect candidate to become a CRA. If you have that degree and you have that level of experience, then you are literally the person that I'm talking to, literally the person that I'm talking about. All you need now, Eric, is to learn how to brand and market yourself. And the same goes for you. You said that I did say your name right. Okay. The same goes for you too. All you need is to learn how to brand and market yourself. Now, there's some other things that you can do to kind of increase and help your chances, right? I'm not saying don't do everything that you can, but what I'm telling you is that don't obsess and don't spin out over feeling like you absolutely need more, and that is your problem. Eric says, do you have a good setup for showing your transferable skills without sounding arrogant? And we're going to cover that too over the next 30 days. So thank you for that question, Eric. I'm going to get into that as I go through the brand market and sell yourself. Once I get to the selling yourself part, I will cover that. So I see we're already running on over 20 minutes. So that's going to wrap it up for today. But I did want to let you guys know that I am currently enrolling or have open enrollment for my one-on-one coaching program. So for any of you who are interested in actually getting that one-on-one support and that one-on-one help and learning how to do these things and not struggle by yourself, not do it all by yourself, all you have to do is go to aspiringcra.com and you can learn more about the coaching program. You can book a call with me there. You can book a sales call with me there. And then I'll go through your history a little bit more in depth, because everything that I do is tailored to you and your specific problem. It's not a one size fits all type of thing. And that's another challenge that people have in other industries, law school, medical school. You need XYZ to get in, right? You need XYZ to become a doctor or lawyer, but it's not like that in our industry. And that's where the challenge comes. And that's where having someone who's been there and done that helps. So if you're ready to get the support that you need and take it to the next level, definitely go to aspiringcra.com and book a sales call with me. And otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure what time. Wednesday is my busiest day when it comes to coaching. And then I do also have my full-time job still. So I probably will join, though, most likely around this same time. Sometimes I will be joining early in the morning, though, probably like 7 or 8-ish. So best case scenario for you to make sure you don't miss me live and you can join, ask your questions live, is to follow me and then hit the notification bell, because then you'll get notified as soon as I go live. So everybody, thank you so much for joining me. The replay will be available on LinkedIn, like I said. And feel free to send me questions, because I do the Aspiring CRA Q&A with Jasmyn every Monday. So send me your questions, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Have a nice night.